guys, we're starting in 2 minutes. Grab your water. I'm just going to do a 30 minutes premiere, a couple questions. We're going to check out the SpaceX IPO. We're going to talk about gold. We're going to talk about all tomorrow day at what's coming next. All right, guys. Yeah. Back once again, James, and I guess my own name as well, Dumbmoneyhunter.
That's not
Cool. Yeah, the most exciting news there from last week was the SpaceX IPO. So that's
course.
probably going to be a big topic here today. But I got a question right off the bat that I kind of like this question, and I'm trying to think of the response to it myself, but I don't really know of a response right now. I want to get your opinion, maybe, James. How do you manage your worst drawdowns, and what is your plan from recovering from them?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. I always say probably look at your data first. What are you doing wrong? Like what caused the drawdowns? Is it just bad trading? Maybe market changed and you didn't adapt. And then also I always say like when I'm in a drawdown, just take some time off. You know, it's not always going to be obviously smooth sailing. We'd love to win every single day. But unfortunately that's not the case. But yeah, look at your data, where you're going wrong, and then make adjustments that you can make improvements. For example, Hunter, I've actually taken I've actually gone to what you've been telling me this whole time. I'm only trading NQ right now. It's just my stats actually year to date. I've looked at my statistics this year so far. I've taken 55 grand in prop firm payouts, and obviously still lost some accounts, so it's not always going to be smooth sailing. But I looked at my stats, wins and losses, blown accounts, everything. All my data is telling me I need to be trading the NASDAQ only. That's where I'm making my money. And then I continue doing my swing trading. So I think just making those adjustments, what is your data telling you to do?
Yeah. You might. So I said I'm kind of struggling with the question when I first read it, because to be honest, and I know it sounds a little bit narcissistic, I suppose, but I don't remember the last time I went in drawdown. You know what I mean? And trading has gotten so consistent to the point that I've actually kind of forgotten what it's like to lose for more than a few days in a row.
Sure.
Right. So I'm just trying to remember back in that era where. So what I might do then is try to increase the win rate, right? And
yeah,
then you can actually start collecting the confidence back, right? If you're on a losing streak, just lower your R. Go for more high probability trades, because then you can actually get the confidence back. But the reality of trading in my mind is if we think about it psychologically, if you're in a drawdown psychologically, what doesn't matter what the account size says, how much you've gone up or how much you've gone down, only thing that matters is, are you going to trade the next trade well or not, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't focus on what the previous trades were and you don't focus on what the future is going to bring, the only thing that matters right now is, are you making the right decision, yes or no, right?
Yeah.
And then if you can approach that, then your drawdowns really don't matter. You don't even pay attention to them anymore, right?
Agreed.
Because
And
it really doesn't matter.
I also think like what you've been saying about focusing when you're day trading, like I've been doing pretty well on my swing trades year to date as well.
Yeah.
I kind of have accounts for day trading and accounts for swing trading. And what I've noticed as well is that like when I'm just focused on day trading one asset, then I'm a lot more focused. And then the swing trading, obviously, I carries on doing this thing in the back, and you don't really need too much focus for that because you're holding for like a day to a week. But yeah, I definitely agree with like just less is more with the drawdowns. Stop trying to trade everything, and then just as you said, like looking at your stats, but also taking time off. But it's quite cool that you can't remember the last time you're in drawdown. Not many people can say that.
It's kind of I've definitely had losing days. It's just it would be really
like you bounce back.
Yeah, I don't know the last time I've gone on like more than three days in a row.
Yeah, I mean, I can actually look at when I've gone more than 3 days or 3 days or more in a row. The last time I had that, I think was quite some. Yeah, I've had 2 days in a row. I have had, I've had 3 days in a row. Last was in January. Yeah. So
it's quite a while. I guess once you get the kind of consistency, you don't really go on these drawdowns so much anymore. So you might ask yourself, there's either two problems. One is your strategy is absolutely horrid, or two, you're over trading, right? If you're taking one trade per day, it's pretty much near impossible to go on losing streaks.
I agree. Yeah.
Even if it's 50-50, you know what I mean? You can't possibly go on a losing streak more than like a few days in a row, often.
Yeah, to lose all your trades, if you're taking one trade a day, if you have a half decent, take at the market, I think it's pretty difficult. I agree with that.
In order to be losing money, you would have to be losing
trading
the majority of days.
Yeah.
Which is pretty difficult if you have a decent system that's working for you.
Agreed.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's all a question about SpaceX here. Let me quickly read it. So we should maybe discuss SpaceX.
What SpaceX is actually doing today. I'd be interested to see what Nasdaq's coming down right now. I've got a swing short on the Nasdaq on one of my accounts, by the way, Hunter. I was in it.
Say again?
I'm in a swing short at 37.50
on Nasdaq.
NQ. Yeah. I'm up 300 points on it, but I've got quite a wide stop. I think my stop was like 300 points as well. So see if I can get some more of that.
We are at those all-time highs again, and I took a quick little scalp in the morning.
Nice.
Closer to break even, so I don't really want to call it too much profit. But
SpaceX is trading up 9% today, up at 211. Jeez,
we're gonna pull up SpaceX and we're gonna discuss SpaceX. There's a question right here. We're currently at all-time highs, so I'm kind of uncertain if I want to be trading right now. Just until we decide whether or not we're going to break it. If SpaceX becomes publicly traded, okay, it did. How would you value a company whose biggest future revenue drivers are still speculative? Personally, I think that's absolutely idiotic to speculate on something that might happen in the future rather than the current valuation. As investors, you have, I guess, two options. You can either say, is the stock currently undervalued or overvalued, or if you speculate that this person is going to be doing something in the future, right, then you could buy it early. But guess what? We are not private investors. We trade highly liquid markets that are super, what's the word here? Precise, I guess, right? They're super it's very difficult to arbitrage these markets,
you can't arbitrage the Nasdaq.
You're not going to really arbitrage SpaceX. So what you're doing as a trader or investor, as a retail trader, is you're looking for undervalued stocks, right? Things that are earning more than what they're worth. Okay, so if I'm going to pull up SpaceX here. Let's pull up SpaceX. right? I'm showing the chart here. And I mean, honestly, this is my opinion on SpaceX. Everyone else can argue with me or whatnot. You know, my opinion is we're more or less looking at a gamble, right? Off of these the FOMO into this market. Okay.
Yeah.
More or less it's just going up right now. We don't know when this is going to stop. It's currently valued, I think, 3 trillion now, right? Is that right? Just under 3
Something
trillion.
like that. It's pretty crazy, bro. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
pretty wild.
So if you look at, okay, so how much would a SpaceX need to make in order to be valued at 3 trillion, right? Well, per year, you know, tech sector, their valuations are about 10 to 15 times what the revenue is. Okay. So if you just use the number 10, well, if they're valued at 3 trillion, then they should be making 300 billion per year, right? And that's just not the case. You know how much they're making right now, James?
I don't. Do you know? I can.
Yeah. They're making 18 billion, but they're being
Okay.
valued as if they were making 300 billion.
300 billion. Interesting.
Right? So what does that tell you, right? That tells you either, first of all, we know for certain SpaceX is overvalued. This is too high. This is unsustainable, right? At the current price, okay? People are buying it because the FOMO, right? And realistically, what this actually looks like is basically this, right? It's a massive, but you didn't get to see the private sector, okay? The private sector bought early, okay? So there's two things that can happen. This is my opinion on SpaceX so far, right? And, you know,
I'm busy checking some more stats out. Do you know how much it is part of the Nasdaq right now, like in terms of percentage? It has been added?
Not on the Nasdaq until the end of the month. It's 15 days after the IPO, so it should be like June 30th or whatever it is, right?
Sure.
So in order for this to be on par with the actual valuation of the market and for it to be a good buy, right? Just based off of what the actual value should be, and there's no FOMO, there's no hype. This would have to drop, I believe, 90%, right? 90% would bring it down to a 30, sorry, is that 30 billion? No, 300? Am I getting that right? What's the math here? If we want, we're dummies here, remember? So 18 billion times, say 15, right? Okay, yeah, just about 300. It would have to get under 300 billion, which is a 90% drop, right? I think so.
Sure.
So a 90% drop would bring us down to $20 per share.
Jeez.
So you're looking at insane potential losses, right? And this is why I advise people that SpaceX, like, sure, you're making money now, but this could easily drop 90% in a second because that's what the actual price is worth. This is what actual fair market value is worth, is $20 per, right? So that's what I'm looking for right now, unless SpaceX starts to make more money.
I was just looking at some of the AI. It says here, jeez.
What do we got?
The real question is whether, jeez. The real question is whether a company trading at 100 times sales can grow into that valuation. So that's the big thing right now, as you just mentioned.
Say it again, louder in the microphone.
If the company can grow into the 100 times sales, into that valuation.
Yeah. They need 100 billion in order for this to be more or less sustainable, right? So if they start making over 100 billion, then okay, then maybe I'll start thinking about buying this at the current prices.
Agreed. Yeah. So it's all dependent on if they can actually live up to if the sales can live up to the expectations of what the market's valuing them at right now.
Yeah. And if you noticed what they're doing, though, which is an interesting play, is all of this evaluation that they've now gotten, is all of this actual, money that's invested now, right? What they're doing is they're leveraging it in order to buy other assets in order to make them worth more money. So I saw this morning they bought two things. I think I can't remember what the first one was, but one of them was Cursor, which is is an MIT company from just students that is the fastest developing AI team, right? So they bought the AI capabilities of the best team in the world, right? For I think it was like 80 billion or something like this, right?
Interesting.
Because we're worth trillions now, so they're just borrowing the money. They're buying AI, and then they're hopefully going to cover their asses by just buying some more useful stuff. You're twitching out there. You're lagging out.
Am I lagging?
Yeah, that was funny to watch. I'm not sure if it was me or you. But your face was twitching. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting. Also, with all these tech stocks trading at highs, I wonder how Tesla is going to do also, because obviously it's also a Musk-run company, right?
Yeah.
Because Tesla hasn't been trading too well at the moment as well. Like I was just having a look at Tesla. Tesla is trading at off all-time highs. Is still trading at 23, 24% of all-time highs. Whereas obviously we've seen Nvidia and those stocks reach all-time highs. Am I still lagging?
No, you're good. Sorry. I'm reading there's a bunch of comments about SpaceX. So what do you think here? We got a bunch of SpaceX comments. Let's talk about SpaceX. Let's get some SpaceX questions here. SpaceX is now public. Would you buy immediately or wait 6 months? Many IPOs surge in the first, then pull back. What do you think?
Well, I bought a little bit at the pre-IPO. Actually, I got some early access, but I said that last week. But I've kind of sold most of it now. It wasn't like my bet in the house on it, but if you're looking to buy and hold long term, as you said, you've got to see what they're going to do in terms of revenue long term. Wait for their first earnings release and stuff like that.
Yeah, in my mind, it's really a battle of do we think that AI is smarter than humans and can make money incredibly fast, faster than we have ever seen possible before, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty certain if a company was just run by humans, like our current smartness and our current human capabilities, it would be impossible in order to keep up with the amount of valuation that's being valued at these AI companies, right? It would be impossible.
Are you going to add SpaceX onto the Maven platform?
No chance. We don't offer individual stocks. That is a risky, crazy, volatile.
Geez, especially with the gap ups and everything like that.
The firms that offer stocks offer very, very high prices or very, very poor conditions or low leverage sort of thing, right? So they're not individual stock trading is a pretty high risk for firms, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So do we think that AI is going to be like, and there's no way to know because we've never seen anything like this before. So do we think AI is going to be smart enough to build something that we've never seen before? Like, are you going to place a bet on something that never happened in history? That's my opinion, right? But a lot of people are like, oh, I trust in AI like it's a god, right? And it will do what I think it does, right? What it can do anything, right? And
it's pretty. Any other questions in the chat here? What's your take on Bitcoin? I actually had a long from 63K to 67K over the weekend. I closed yesterday. What's your take on that?
Bitcoin to me still looks like it's kind of in that range, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be putting any major longs or buys until we shoot for one more low. If we don't go for one more low and we show some really solid gains on the monthly levels, then I will get back in. But I'm just chilling right now. There's no point in rushing into Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not one of those things that it instantly spikes back up, right? It sits for a long time. People get bored, right?
Sure.
The play on Bitcoin is hype everyone up, sell the top, make everyone bored. They have to sell to pay their rent, right?
Yeah,
they exit everything. Now they're broke. And then and then they slowly get to reinvest again and then lose it all again in the future, right? That's the cycle of Bitcoin, right? That's how they manipulate you, is they just make you bored until you can't survive.
Until you can't hold on anymore.
Yeah, you can't hold anymore, right?
Yeah, I mean, interesting. I got out at that 67K level, and it's actually come back down. It's trading at 60, 65, 800 right now. Yeah, I mean, it will be very interesting that when is SpaceX first earnings released, you know?
Well, it should be 3 months unless I'm mistaken, then they're doing something different, but earnings should be every quarter, right?
Yeah, agreed. Yeah,
Unless they have some sort of workaround where they don't have to release their earnings. Yeah.
Interesting.
Hunter, do you think high hype events like SpaceX create real opportunity, or they expose who can control their emotions? Uh, I don't think there's any opportunity here. I think this is absolutely a degenerate gambling behavior.
It is. It's a pure punt.
Yeah. One of the biggest things, I don't know if you noticed this, James, one of the biggest things as a telltale sign of whether or not I should invest in something or not is, is my Uber driver talking about it?
Yes.
And like people make this joke all the time, but it's fucking true, right? Yeah. If some dude that's just, he's not doing this for a living, he's driving Uber, or your grandma talks about it, or you went to a concert and some kid that's drunk off his ass is like, SpaceX this, oh my god, right? For certain that can't be a good investment.
No.
This is the highest strike rate.
It's the litmus test.
Yeah, it's the litmus test. Does the average person know what the fuck you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree.
Bad investment. and I've it never ceases to amaze me because it's 100% accurate. I have never seen that be wrong. Never seen it be wrong.
I agree, right? Especially like when you're Uber driver, or you're like someone that has no idea. I was actually overheard someone I was getting my hair cut. I got to get a lot of haircuts. And he was giving someone financial advice, and they were like, the person asked him, when does the stock market open? He was like, I don't know, like 9 a.m. Eastern time. I'm like, dude, you shouldn't be giving someone advice. You don't even know what the stock market is.
Yeah, it does blow my mind. Like even traders, like they ask me really silly questions like that. What time is market open? Right. I made a video about market open strategy. Right.
Sure.
And people are like, what time is that? What do you mean? That's like the first thing you learn.
Yeah, like if you don't even know what time the stock market opens out, I don't think you should be investing.
You don't even know what time the store is open, right?
Yeah.
You're going to show up at Home Depot at 6 a.m. They open at 7 or whatever, right? Like it doesn't make sense, anyways. Silliness.
Yeah.
Let's get a couple more questions. Specifically, maybe let's focus on SpaceX sort of stuff here today. If did you I saw one there. Wait. Okay, if you could leave if you could leave your children only one asset, 1 million in gold, 1 million in Bitcoin, or 1 million in SpaceX stock, which would give them the greatest advantage? I love this question. By 2050. This is a fucking sick question.
Jeez, that I'm gonna have to probably go Bitcoin, bro. Out of the three.
You're gonna go Bitcoin?
I mean, yeah. Well, it's at 63K now. It's in the last couple of years, it's obviously very volatile, but I'd rather leave them in Bitcoin, bro. Gold's probably the more safer answer, but
yeah, it's so tricky.
Yeah.
Right? Because
what
that's 15 years? 15 years?
Yeah. 2050. Yeah, 14 years.
25 years.
2050, not 2040. Yeah.
Yeah. So 1 million. So here's the thing. Bitcoin we know is going to have high winning potential, right?
Yes,
it's going to be volatile, and we don't know what's going to happen to cryptocurrency, right?
Sure.
AI, we know that AI is going to do well, but we've never seen anything before, so we have no idea if it's going to do insanely well or just regular stock market well, right? And then gold is like it's for sure, like that's your safest one for sure. So I think I'd probably choose gold, honestly. right?
I'm not surprised. Yeah, gold's if you want. If it depends if you want to take a punt or if you want to take a punt, go Bitcoin or SpaceX. If you want to just save something, go gold. Yeah.
But that's the question: is if you're investing for your children. I wonder if this guy has children. If you're investing for your children, do you really want to take a gamble on your children?
Yeah, probably not.
And I think that's the key point of the question here is you're betting for your children, not for yourself, right? You don't get to take gambles on your children, I don't think, right? I don't think that should be legal. I'm gonna put all my money into Bitcoin to invest in, them potentially having money.
Sure. Yeah. No, you probably would like to leave them with something at least.
Who is SpaceX's serious competitors today?
Huh.
Yeah. Wait. Oh, here's an interesting question too. If SpaceX is not owned by Elon Musk, would it have the same valuation?
No.
No, right?
I don't believe so.
I don't think it's even that. I don't think it's that it's Elon Musk. I think that they had insane amounts of marketing behind this, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's direct marketing or not, they have trillions of dollars, right? Elon is 3 times richer than the next richest guy in the world.
And he's South African.
He's South African, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's I asked AI, who's SpaceX's competitors? Rocket Lab, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' company. Yeah.
So I was actually invested in Rocket Lab before. Our RKBL, I believe Rocket Lab ticker is.
Interesting.
I used to be invested in them actually a while back. And they've been doing super, super well too. Like all space stuff is they're actually still just absolutely soaring. Rocket Lab. That's great. Yeah. Rocket Lab, I guess SpaceX is also AI company and Starlink.
Yeah.
So if you guys are interested, actually, I'm going to leave you guys kind of with one more thing here. The way to make a lot of money on something overhyped like this is not buy the hype, but rather buy the thing that those companies use in order to support their company. Okay. So for an example, SpaceX uses another company. I can't remember. You guys can look it up. I can't remember the name. Maybe James, you want to look it up. The company that SpaceX uses for the connection between Starlink and back home. So they don't actually even use their own
Starlink and
to connect to the satellites. Starlink to the satellite. They use another company, right? So what you want to do is invest in these asset companies that when the hype of SpaceX goes up, well, obviously, hey, SpaceX now has all this money to spend. So what are they going to do? They're going to buy more of what they currently are buying because that's working for them. They're going to expand their base level, right? And then those companies will do super well, right? People don't buy the
T-Mobile.
Sorry?
T-Mobile.
Okay, so there's different companies that are supporting SpaceX, right? So obviously SpaceX, Starlink, and XAI, they're not using 100% in-house things. So what you do is you buy the things that they're using as asset
outsourcing.
Companies.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways,
that's actually a good point.
Yeah. And then like 6 months down the line, when those companies now just made a ton of sales.
It's like when there was the gold hype in South Africa back in the 1800s. Not everyone found gold, but the people that were selling the shovels made a lot of gold money.
Exactly. This is exactly what the big guys are doing and whatnot. And the Bloomberg terminal tells you all these things too. If you have a Bloomberg terminal,
for 30K,
30K a year. So anyways, guys, we're gonna wrap it up right there. We're only doing 30 minutes today. James, thanks so much once again. Guys, we do this every single Tuesday. Hopefully we're trying to get guests on, guys. We're gonna have to get some repeat guests. I'm trying to get Trader Nick again, hopefully. We'll see you guys next week. There's gonna be a winner 50K Maven account in the Discord posted. Okay, thanks for watching.
Yes, sir.